Hey! Now look at the difference in those two colors.
What does that mean?
The more one.
I would describe it to someone who had no concept of it at all. I would start by saying like crunchy, like kind of a hippie place, like in a lot of ways. Like it is a worker-owned bakery, like it's a collective. It's got that whole thing going on. We repurpose so many things, so it's kind of ramshackle, and there's lots of, like, you know, we have 2 box trucks in the driveway, and it's an old brick house, and we have like this giant garden back here. And I think the people here are amazing. Like this is like no other workplace I've ever been at before. Like they truly care how I feel coming into work. Such an amazing change from every other place I've worked. And you know, it feels like a really safe place.
Small World kind of first came onto my radar, and they just kind of caught my eye because their whole philosophy was about local food and organic food, and it just seemed like they were interested in knowing where food was coming from and being closely connected with the earth.
To me, localism is at the heart of my relationship to food. So the reason that is stems from understanding that the way that we interact with our food defines the way that we care about our earth and how we steward the earth and how we care about ourselves. By the way, there are 3 half-gallon containers in the kitchen. These are all ones I brought from home.
I think a strong local community gives a lot of meaning to your life. It gives you a sense of place, a sense of where you came from and where you're going. Part of what I'm trying to do is to bring those back a little bit and try doing them in different ways that we haven't already tried. Our focus is really on building community around food. So there's a really interesting mix of people around here. Our focus is also on selling locally. We see the same customers week in, week out at farmers markets, at the co-op, at the little corner stores that we sell to. I know what they want. They know what we're going to have. It's just a more direct interaction.
So for instance, I'm able to make relationships with local farmers and learn about how they steward the land and how they're taking care of it. So it makes me able to have a much more educated understanding of how my food is being produced, so I'm able to understand how the region around me is really being taken care of. My studies, I began to learn a lot about the food systems that were surrounding us and that are in our society. Let's take the example of meat. So meat is a really hot topic. If I go to the grocery store and I want to buy meat, I really don't know anything about where it came from. I have a wrapped, packaged piece of dead animal, and I don't know anything about its history. There are documentaries that talk about meatpacking plants and the feedstocks for the animals and horrible living conditions, and those are things that I haven't ever been able to actually evaluate for myself. But from what I understand, if I'm to believe these sources, I wouldn't ever want to elect that those animals live in the way that they do, and I wouldn't want to take their life in the way that their life has been taken. And I also don't support freezing an animal and shipping it thousands of miles through all of these different supply chains and then having it in this store where I can't learn about it at all.
I guess the kind of world I want to live in is one where it's a trust your community, and one where we're really connected to the people around us and really connected to the earth, and we're really thinking about their actions, and one where people really care about solutions for living that work not only for themselves but for their immediate community, for their city, and for the world. Really conscious of our actions.